place is just first place loser, baby.
Second place Warzone. Oh.
Brand knows he ain't first or last.
God, that spot in the building, man, that's bullshit. And we were fanned out. They literally did defend the shit out of that place.
Yeah. Because I just stepped one foot in and got flashbanged. And then dude came in. And the only reason I stopped is because I saw a claymore. So I was going to back out and try and shoot the claymore. And he just flashed me and then came around the corner. Brrr.
So they got in that post and they were just sitting and waiting on everybody.
Yeah.
NOFODcast is live. Make sure we sound okay.
Let's check that
Sounds
out.
sad.
So I was...
Sounds sad.
He just flashed me and then came around the corner.
Flashed me. So they got in that post and they were just sitting and waiting on everybody.
Yeah.
NOFODcast is live. Make sure we sound okay.
Let's check that
Sounds
out.
sad.
Yep, I heard Cesar. We good. We got everybody.
All present and accounted for.
We're back at it. It's been 2 weeks. I guess we get started. What is this? 252.
Oh god. Getting the echo of hell.
On the stream? Cesar, the stream's echoing?
No, I'm talking about my own personal bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Don't pay attention.
Okay. Scared me for a minute. I don't see my timer on the recording, though. I wonder if they got rid of that.
I see it up there.
I see the calls 3:41, but we haven't been recording for 3:41. You see the...
I see the ticker going for
the
9 minutes and...
Oh,
But that's not the recording.
that's the full call. Yeah, let me stop it real
Yeah.
quick. I bet that was it. I just usually get a full recording thing. Alright, let's try it again. That looks right. It stopped for a second.
What's happening?
I guess if we look in the chat. Yeah, there's today, 5 minutes, 55 seconds. Okay, it was working. They just took down the little recording thing. I have to look at the button.
Yeah.
I have to look at the button. It's not good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 252 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. Tonight, Sonic was murdered, ? By Brant. Brant built the news. I'm assuming Brant murdered Sonic. My graphics card's trying to update right now. No.
Yeah, but Brand didn't shoot the deputy though.
Brant killed the Sonic. Can we name a track, but I didn't shoot the deputy?
Possibly.
We can't use the first part, can we?
I mean, you could say I shot the Sonic, but I didn't shoot the deputy.
I shot the Sonic. It's rough. All right, find out how Sonic was murdered by Brant and how it's possible copyright infringement on Bob Dylan and Eric Clapton later, and Bob Marley.
And how the deputy got
Bob
spared.
Marley.
Yeah, Bob Marley.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sonic was murdered, ? That's the highlight of the news. That's what we got. New special edition Switch OLED announced. Brant seemed enthusiastic about this one. Error, E3 2023 not found. Where did it go? What does it become? Microtransactions added to Resident Evil 4 Remake. Interesting. And we have a quick rundown, hopefully, of your April Game Pass games. Games with gold. PlayStation Essential titles and new Nintendo Switch Online games. After a well-deserved week off for all three of us, I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee.
What's up?
And guaranteeing us a second place finish. Cesar started shaking his head.
Well, no, I'm laughing because I looked at microtransactions added to rear, and I was like, oh, okay.
Added to rear, that works.
That's all I saw. I didn't see RE4R. I just saw rear added to
The
rear.
4 looks like an A in that context.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they didn't call it.
Added to rear.
Maybe that's why they didn't call it Resident Evil 4 Remake. That's what people would abbreviate it as.
Yeah, I'm playing rear. That's what it says on their PlayStation profile. He's playing
I'm on
rear.
rear.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. No, it's Rear 4. You don't understand. Do I have to have played Rear 1 through 3 to get to that one? Oh, that, ladies and gentlemen, is, of course, Cesar Concepcion the second. Cesar, thank you for joining us.
Yep, I'm happy to be here.
Resident Rear Master and
Rear 4 master.
co-second place finisher. Multiple. Well, Cesar didn't play with us at lunch, so he didn't suffer through the multiple second place finishes we had. Speaking, of course, of Warzone, but I guess we'll talk about that more later in some games played stuff. What the hell was Sonic murdered for? Is this Sonic Adventure 3 confirmed? I need that meme. Sonic was murdered. Is this Sonic Adventure 3 with the butterfly? This comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com and Andy Robinson. Sega has released a surprise Sonic murder mystery game for free, available on Steam. Celebrating April Fool's Day. Didn't they lead up to this? I think I was kind of out of the loop for a little while, but didn't they? Wasn't there like a Twitter thing? It was like, something new is coming tomorrow you'd never expected from Sonic.
Yeah, I think so.
Some people were saying, you mean a good game? So there was...
Ayo.
Yeah, ayo. Sega has marked April Fool's Day by releasing a Sonic the Hedgehog murder mystery game for free on PC. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is now available to download on Steam, described as a point-and-click visual novel with fully hand-drawn landscapes and characters. It's Amy Rose's birthday, and she's hosting a murder mystery party on the Mirage Express, the game synopsis reads. Okay, so he's not actually dead. When Sonic the Hedgehog becomes the game's victim, everyone is off to get to the bottom of things. However, something's a bit off. Is this really an innocent game, or is something more sinister afoot? Did anybody play this?
I did
I
not.
added it to my account.
Same.
It's like anything else in Steam. It sits there for
Yeah.
years. My Steam account will outlive me.
Same. I'm actually making a dent in mine for once, though. The game's release follows a social media tease from Sega this week in which it said it was about to take the Sonic the Hedgehog series in a new direction. Last week, Sega announced Sonic Origins Plus, an update to Sonic Origins due to release on June 23rd. We talked about that in the last episode. It, of course, adds 12 Game Gear games, as well as new features. And I sent this to you guys since that we talked about it last week. They're going to be, what is Christian Whitehead's studio? Canon? Is it Cannon Head?
Head Cannon.
They're Head Cannon, that's what it is. Cannon Head. Whitehead, Cannon Head. They're going to have their...
Good 90s band name.
Yeah, could be. They're going to have their hands in this this remaster of last year's digital-only game. So hopefully they fix your Sonic the Hedgehog 1 water and we can watch you beat it in the true way.
I beat it, the Dark Souls edition. I'm okay. I'm good.
Hey, that game's... The one you beat's going to be lost to time before too long. It'll get updated and you'll have no record of you beating that one.
Nope, I'll just play the song of time. I'm good. Let's go.
Damn, and just go backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Would you go backwards and play that version again and relive everything else between now and then?
I need more time.
You need more time?
That's not enough time.
Good answer.
I can't do much in that short span.
Good answer. All right. The Ben's drowned copy of Sonic the Hedgehog was murdered. I gotta make sure. I was kind of messing around with these news stories. All right. Brent, you put this in news a couple months ago, I believe, but what's the update on this?
So
Is it official?
I put it in there as, before it got leaked, and there were full photos of the box and everything, and it looked pretty damn convincing. And lo and behold, there was a Tears of the Kingdom. I wouldn't even say it was a direct or anything. It just Aonuma came out and talked a little bit about it and played. It's about 10 minutes of very curated portions of the game.
Y'all watch this?
I did.
No.
I know.
I'm like Cesar. I'm going in blind on this one.
I was about to say I've been around both of y'all long enough to know that I'm not going to talk about this because I work with two people here who like to go in completely blind and experience everything from the moment they start up the game. They don't want to see any trailers or anything, so we won't go into anything showed off into that little presentation. I thought it looked pretty interesting.
This seems like one of those you want to not knowing much about, and they're not going to show
Yeah.
everything. Like it's not wasn't some
Oh, no.
tell-all episode. But Russell's like, why they're not showing enough about the game? You want to friend of the show, Russell? We got to see more of this. They're leading up to it. This is their big game. We don't know anything about it. I was like, do you already have a pre-ordered copy? He's like, yeah, I got a backup too. And I'm like, they don't need to show anything else. It's everybody I know who knows anything about Zelda or recently got a Switch or anything. Has pre-ordered this and is ready for it. So this was just kind of a last hurrah thing. It seems like
They showed off some cool little things. Again, still didn't really show off that much about like the story or what's really going on.
Yeah.
Just kind of showed off some cool like little mechanics here and there. And then right after that was over, they said, "Oh, that's it for the presentation today," and it kind of faded to black. And then here comes this brand new box OLED Switch showing up.
That was their one more thing. Their Steve Jobs one more thing.
The full announcement for the Tears of the Kingdom edition Switch OLED, just like we saw. It's the exact same thing that got leaked months ago. I've even seen at least one person on the internet who has literally, after that presentation went up, posted a video because he already has it in hands. He got it. He did not divulge he was going to, and then he's like, it's probably better if I don't say exactly how I got my hands on this.
That's probably smart because they're going after people now. That art book leak, they traced it like a Discord thing. They're after the person that leaked the Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition art thing. I saw that today. So they're hunting people down.
He opened it up, and I mean it's just a really cool looking OLED. Yeah. I mean, it's nothing we haven't seen, like I said, months ago.
Is this one going to sway you, Brant? Are you jumping to Team OLED after this one?
The thing is, I said this one may get me, but with the fact, I changed out the shell on my original, and I still have an original launch Switch, and the fact that I used to handheld all the time, but now it stays in the dock. I'd hardly ever take it out anymore.
So you don't play, what you're saying is you don't play many handhelds anymore?
I don't play the Switch handheld as much as I used to.
Right. I'm giving you a hard time because it's foreshadowing for later in the episode when you show us one of your...
Yes, I don't play the Switch handheld as I used to.
So I will say this. I've gotten used... I've had an OLED Switch since that one came out. What was that? Was that October of 2 years ago? 2021?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and I've been playing a lot of Steam Deck. I'm going to mostly talk Steam Deck on my games played. And I went back to the Switch today. I got it out to download Diablo. I'll go into that later too. But that big collection's on sale for $20. And I was instantly like, "Oh, this is a different panel. This is not what I'm used to looking at." It
still looks good.
Yeah, and you have to have like made a direct comparison, or if you're just playing on it, it's fine. It's just like what I settled with the Steam Deck. It's like, this is great image quality still, but after having spent so many hours with that and then looking at the OLED, it's like, oh, geez. I honestly can't wait till there's this OLED Steam Deck. That'll be a great display. Oh, you have OLED Vita too, so you've experienced the greatness. It doesn't come with a game. I saw that. It's $359.99. It doesn't come with the game.
That's in line with what Nintendo has been doing. Yeah. They did one for Splatoon and Pokemon and Animal Crossing, and that wasn't an OLED, but still, they've done these special edition Switch systems, and every time it's just a special theme Switch. You don't get unless you get the best selling Redbox Switch bundle with Mario Kart 8. You're not getting a game bundled with the console. That's true.
And that was that's the regular Switch, right? The better battery Switch.
In addition to the OLED Switch, we also got a look at a brand new Switch carrying case, which is also Tears of the Kingdom themed, with like the gold ripple effect as well as the Triforce on the front, and
that looks pretty good.
Some more like Hylian symbols and stuff on the back, as well as a brand new Tears of the Kingdom Pro controller.
I like that case. I don't know what they're going with this art style, but it's almost like a cross between fingerprints and crop circles or something. There's a weird pattern. I don't know what you call it, but it's the branding on this game so far is labyrinth-like, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that'll lean into part of the story. What, Brant, did you like what you saw from the video since we didn't watch the gameplay and stuff? I heard the Banjo-Kazooie stuff going around, like that's the nuts and bolts, like building the vehicles and stuff. But we saw that in one of the first trailers.
Yeah, we saw that out of the first trailer. I can't really. I mean, they went over new mechanics.
Okay.
So there's some new abilities, and I mean, I know you want to go in blind, so I'm not even gonna really go into it because that's most of the hilarity.
Did they announce this collector's edition in this show, or was that was already announced earlier? Yeah, because we pre-ordered it like months ago, right? The collector's edition.
Yeah, that was the last Nintendo Direct. That was like a couple months ago now. Which I know I've secured one. I've secured the amiibo. Is not really gonna care about the Pro Controller or the case. I'm debating on the OLED here. I may, but I may not. So
I was able to get one, and I'm probably not going to hold on to that. So you let me know.
All right.
It'll be almost tax-free the way I got it. So
interesting.
My iPad just locked up.
No,
the new one.
It's a war story.
The new one.
No. Return it.
Take it back.
Take it back.
I haven't sticker bombed this one, so.
Let's all drive back and return it at the same time.
We all go together?
Take your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, take your shit.
Second place iPad return.
Yeah.
Okay, the console comes out in April. I didn't see that earlier. Or maybe we talked about it. April 28th. It comes out before the game. And thus no game in it.
Make sure you cancel your copy soon, Richard, if Brand doesn't jump.
Yeah, or just take it back to the store. Or be a naughty eBay seller and capitalize on Hyrule hysteria. I'm not
$550.
I'm not that person. Next up in news from Chris Scullion at VideoGamesChronicle.com. E3 2023 has been canceled. Gasp. An event from Red Pop.
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah, I would. If I was Reed Pop, I'd be trying to pull my name out of that logo as fast as possible. An event from Reed Pop. So we talked about a couple weeks ago, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony. Nintendo might have been the only one up in the air, I think. Sony and Microsoft haven't been there in a while.
Nintendo said that they weren't, and last week or the week before it was our title was even Ubisoft pulls out because we kind of mentioned it.
And they had said previously if there's an E3 they'll be there. And then they canceled their showings, whatever they were going to do. And I'm sure they'll do a direct type thing. They'll do a Gamers Week, June.
The EA Play Live thing that they like to do.
It's going to be all gas games. It's going to be another Ghost Recon and Division. And
you think they're going to pivot from that at all? Have any of those been successful for them? I know Division 2 is pretty big still.
I mean, you got to have a reason to copy paste.
Rainbow Six. Did they have a Battle Royale yet? Ubisoft?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure they have. It's just we forgot about it.
It was already canceled. Like the Cliffy B one.
Oh God, I have a sealed copy of Lawbreakers still.
I heard people that played it. I heard was decent. Yeah,
I heard it's very good. I bought a copy.
It's gone.
I bought a physical copy. It's right next to my Battleborn.
I think we all had Battleborn
together. It's forever sealed. The only thing I regret is not having my Babylon's
I was about to say,
Fall
put it up next to Babylon's Fall.
Yeah.
Keep
those games sealed.
You'll have coasters, sealed coasters.
Yeah.
This was a difficult decision because of all the effort we and our partners put towards making this event happen, but we had to do what's right for the industry and what's right for E3. Reed Pop's global VP of Gaming, Kyle Martin-Kish, said in a statement provided to VGC, "We appreciate and understand that interested companies wouldn't have playable demos ready and that resourcing challenges made being at E3 this summer an obstacle they couldn't overcome."
They did not want to not be here.
That's putting it back on them. That sucks. For those who did commit to E3 2023, we're sorry we can't put on the showcase you deserve and that you've come to expect from Reed Pop's event experiences. And this is reporting based off of IGN's story, where they had noted that they had heard E3 was going to be no mas. All right, we knew this was coming. Oh, there's a Jeff Keighley quote down here.
Yeah. I was about to say, you see the tweet down at the
Oh,
bottom?
Jeff, the opportunist. Go ahead, Brant. What did he say?
Just the picture is worth 1,000 words. Here's a 15-year-old me, that's Jeff Keighley, at the first ever E3 in 1995. E3 meant so much to me.
And to so many of you,
so
too.
many.
Yep. 4 years ago, I realized that E3 wasn't evolving as it needed to compete in a global digital world, so we started building what's next. See you at Summer Game Fest on June 8th. Hey, man, he was in there. Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna do the theater thing again.
Give them the name.
Cesar, you informed us of the theater thing last year. Will you keep an eye out if they do it again?
Sure. I mean, they did the Game Awards. We just didn't go. They were all.
Did they do Game Awards at the movies? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually late though, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I'm usually.
You can make it. You can make it.
I usually sleep at some point. I'm old. I'm old as fuck. I got that disease. It's called getting old.
All right. So if we had an E3 story, we're gonna have Activision Blizzard next, right?
No.
I guess
I skipped that.
I guess just early June will be game. It'll be summer games like we've been joking about.
Summer Game Fest.
Yep. Summer
Jeff
Game
Grubb
Fest.
will have his mess. Hot summer games.
Yeah. And then those are my favorite. Sony Direct Dingy here and Nintendo Direct Dingy here.
Xbox announcing a bunch of studio acquisitions and then no games from those studios for years and years and years.
We buy IPs that you'll never play again anywhere else but here. Pay us $20 a month.
I didn't even know it happened. I let Game Pass go and have not been worse for the wear. I still play Call of Duty Warzone just fine. I can play Halo Infinite just fine. The games I'm playing on that, I didn't need Game Pass for.
My Game Pass is gone as well. I've strictly gone to the land of...
I'm missing out on Hi-Fi Rush, but I think I might buy the PC copy of that one too, because that's a good-ass game. I feel like supporting that one outside of just Game Pass dollars.
It plays well on Steam Deck, so
that will be a
worthy
good one.
purchase.
All right. Someone tell me about these microtransactions. That's one hell of a screenshot they put on this article.
Microtransactions.
I played a little bit of this on Steam Deck. I had added it on the demo. I added the chainsaw demo.
Microtransactions.
The
rear.
I put the rear on my Steam Deck, but it didn't play. It didn't play super hot. I don't think I had the update that apparently fixed some of the performance, but it was still impressive, kind of running around. That whole first room that whole first part of the house is totally different. You wander around for like 5 minutes before you find that dude. The first Ganado. Anyways, Resident Evil 4 remake. Go ahead, Brant.
I was going to say this actually came from the free update that added Mercenaries DLC, which everybody's loving. But what they actually kind of sneakily
seriously?
did... I haven't gotten a chance to play it.
It's multiplayer, right? Like the old ones? Should we give that a go? Brant, do you have it on something?
I have ordered it, but apparently it's not going to be here for like a couple weeks. And I was in a physical store today, and I looked, and they did not have it there either.
I mean, it's sold. I think they put out a presser. It's like sold 4 million units through, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Brandon, if you thought of it, I could have given you my copy.
Oh, it's not a big deal. But accompanying the Mercenaries DLC, 11 new pieces of paid DLC.
Yay!
Called exclusive upgrade tickets.
Ooh.
Each letting players speed up the upgrade process. So yes, it's basically pay to grind. I don't know.
Accelerate your leveling, like a boost mobile, as Cesar puts it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when you boot up the game and you go to the merchant, I mean, each weapon has like a final upgrade, and all that ticket does is lets you get the final upgrade. You can only exchange one. So it's not like you can upgrade your whole weapon. You only get the final upgrade if it's like 2 times firepower, 1.5 times firepower.
Oh yeah, I remember
So, that's all it does.
the weapons would level up that way. You could get that from the.
Yeah. So instead of you paying $100,000 to get the 2 times firepower, which I think that's what it showed in mine for the shotgun, I think you can use the upgrade ticket for it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it says.
But that's the only thing you can upgrade. You can't fully upgrade the.
It's not forced.
Yeah, it says. Yeah, it's not forced. It says with this upgrade, you'll have access to a weapon's exclusive upgrade at any time, regardless of the weapon's level. Not only that, but once you've unlocked, the upgrade itself is free of charge.
That doesn't seem predatory.
Charge you.
That seems okay.
Game currency.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the standard upgrade.
Each ticket costs about $3. $2.99 is what it says. So.
Also says if you were to buy everything, you would get 23 upgrade tickets at a total cost of $55.89.
I was sitting there like, damn, is there 23 guns in this game? I was like, shit.
How much longer is this going to go? My attaché case is not big enough. You got to find a place in the rear to hide those weapons.
Yeah, microtransaction that rear.
Oh, man. I'm trying to think how to pivot from that. That's pretty good, though. Kind of stuck there. Yeah, that's not predatory. That's, I mean, if we think of like some retail SKUs, it'll be like the deluxe edition, right? Here's all this DLC included, upgrade pass. That would have been $100 SKU, and the game's only $50, right? It's not, or $60. It's not a $70 title on next gen, so that puts you at like the 100, 110. If you had to have all this stuff, you could go that route. Mercenaries consists of a number of stages. Each stage starts Leon off with all of his weapons, and players have to kill as many enemies as possible within a time limit. Cesar, what is the Mercenaries we played? Was it the 3DS one?
5? No,
3DS one. Yeah.
3DS one, yeah. I think it was based off 5.
Because it was like the Africa, that first opening zone, like pushing the bookcase in front of the window and all that kind of stuff, and then jumping across the rooftop of the huts and stuff. That was 3DS one was solid, and that was before the circle pad. We didn't even have the circle pad yet.
You can never go back without that circle pad.
Yeah, that thing should have had 2. They should have had 2 of those sticks on it.
Really should have, and then down the line they just gave you that second, but it's like a little
stupid nub thing.
A little nubbin.
Yeah.
Needed it for Snake Eater.
I had the Circle Pad Pro for Snake Eater. All right, next up, coming soon to Xbox Game Pass. I feel like I missed something. I did not. Beautiful. Oh. We're humming along.
Nah, you're doing well.
Coming to Game Pass, Loop Hero. What's that?
Look at you, man. Look at
us. Who would have thought?
Look at us. We made it.
Yeah, we did it. Now we're talking about Iron Man.
We are. Now we're talking about Ghostwire Tokyo.
And Minecraft Legends.
Is that the new one, or is that the adventure one? Okay.
That's the new. Yeah, it's the new.
Because I saw that character.
NHL 23.
Brand's like, let's get through this shit.
Let's do it.
Cesar, we should play some NHL, man. Remember the NHL 15 we were playing at that midnight?
I got a still copy of the one on PS5.
I think I got it.
$10
at Amazon. I think I got it too.
Yeah. And I think that's the one, right? That's the one where everybody bitched about that stupid cover. That everybody's getting mad about.
What year is that on PS5? Is that 21?
I don't know, man. It's over there. I don't feel like getting up and getting it. I'm just gonna assume I have.
Coming back to Game Pass is Goat Simulator. It's interesting.
Skip 2, go to 3.
I guess they're pushing for the new one that's coming out, right? Or is it already out?
I think it's already out. It's like $20 at some
pleasing
point.
The masses by putting the Goat Simulator back out there. You've got an early access of PGA Tour with EA Play. There's a new pack for Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm not going into this. Leaving Game Pass on April 15th.
Skip.
Life is Strange, True Colors, Moonglow Bay, Panzer Corps 2 for PC, Rainbow Six Extraction. It's an interesting one to take out of Game Pass. The Dungeon of Nahulbuk. I'm going with that. The Long Dark and the Rift Breaker.
That's perfect.
So 3 of your 7 titles start with the.
We should check on how many are left.
In Game Pass or just titles that start with the?
Start with the that are left in Game Pass.
MLB The Show was a big launch. What, last week, 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
And Infinite Guitars, but I don't know what that is. I don't think we read those. PlayStation Plus monthly games for April. I haven't seen these. Okay. Meet Your Maker. Build, Raid, Upgrade.
Ooh.
Day 1 release for PS5 and PS4. Sackboy, A Big Adventure. Brant, you liked this one, didn't you? Yeah.
Good little 3D platformer.
Yep. PS5 and
Co-op game.
PS5 and PS4.
Brand loves them to Sack Boys.
Sack Boys. I actually bought.
Sack Boys in the rear.
There it is. I actually bought 2 extra controllers so we could play this. So I guess I'll not worry about putting the disc in. I'll just get the digital copy now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, God bless that.
And last but not least, Tales of Iron. Which I think I've seen this on PC before.
I think I might have a Steam copy. I think it was like
In a humble bundle.
Point.
Set
Feels right. Hold on, I'm looking.
Set in a grim land plagued by war, Tales of Iron is a hand-drawn RPG adventure with punishingly brutal combat. I think I'm out.
Oh yeah, it is. I forgot it's a Dark Soul-esque.
It looks like Redwall though. It looks like rats with swords.
You had me at Redwall. I tuned out everything else to say, Redwall.
I don't dislike Redwall. Last but not least, your Nintendo Switch Online update. Is it one game?
Yep, just one game.
God. I'm scrolling like there's got to be more. Pokemon Stadium returns.
They only needed one, man. I think this has online play, right?
Yeah.
Right, Brant?
Yeah, I see the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Just no transfer pack compatibility.
And what's the whole? So this always confused me back in the day, and I actually had the games for this. What's the whole point of doing it if you don't have the transfer pack? What can you actually do in the game?
I mean, you can still
have Magic Heart Jump.
You can still do. I mean, the entire game. It's just you can't transfer. That the whole transfer pack was to either play your copy of Red, Blue, Yellow,
battle them in 3D
on or take your Pokemon from the Game Boy games, put them onto your console, or vice versa. So that's about the only thing that you can't do at the moment.
It features a selection of solo and multiplayer modes, including mini games. Because I have multiple copies of, I think, 1 and 2, and I have literally never played this game. Oh, Japan's getting... It's known as Pokemon Stadium 2? It followed the 1998 original, which was exclusive to this region. Interesting. The remaining titles in Nintendo's current batch of N64 and Nintendo Switch Online games include Mario Party 3, Pokemon Stadium 2, 1080 Snowboarding, and Excite Bike 64. Japan will be getting Harvest Moon 64 as well. I'm ready for some 1080. I will fire that up. Cesar, are we due to re-up our family thing yet?
Soon.
July. Yeah.
Don't let that go by.
We're good, man. I still owe you money for fees, so I owe.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Other people in your household money for
drugas.
Things, so. Yeah.
Not drugas.
Called drug, sure.
So the CFO was looking
man.
over the count and was like, "What did you buy off of SoundCloud that was $135?" It's like that's our 5th or 6th year paying for that.
Yeah.
You should have said Brand Sister owes me money. That should have been your response. That's all she needed to hear.
She knew immediately. Drugas.
Did she ask you if some? Never mind. I won't even ask that.
If I had purchased, if the SoundCloud was like the fansonly.com.
Yes.
I'm still upset they won't let me make my clan tag Pornhub on Warzone.
Yeah, you're talking about that.
Yeah,
But-
Pornhub with a 0.
But you can play Counter-Strike Go and then spray the Pornhub logo.
Yeah, that's
everywhere
also
you go.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right, games played. Let's get to it. Oh, we played some Warzone today.
Do it. Yeah.
We'll segue into Warzone. I think Brant was trying to get us there.
Second place simulator.
All
Let's
day.
go.
Literally all day. No wins today. A lot of second place. What, five between the two sessions? Or four?
Couple fifth places, but a lot of second places.
Some 16ths. We had a round where Cesar was like, no, stay alive. And it was like 4 seconds for him to come back and somebody died. And that was like 17th place. So our strategy has been to get into the canal. There's 3 entry points to the canal. And we actually just discovered right next to the submarine, there's like a little tunnel that you can dive down into. And there's really good loot in there. And I kind of want to be playing now and going back in there. Because there's good stuff in there. There's multiple red boxes.
It's a rear in the canal.
But we played some at lunch with friend of the show, Russell, and friend of the show, Mills. And then this evening, the 3 of us and friend of the show, Russell, were also not victorious. Our second place finishes have been the dramatic ones, the ones you don't want to lose. Because we had a chance. We had a chance, especially at lunch. There was one where I think I was the only one left, and I had a mortar strike going into the gas was moving, so the circle was moving, and I got dropped right as I'm like trying to pull the trigger on that thing. It would have destroyed them. That would have been it. And I got dropped, and the gas eventually got me. Wah, 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 wah. Got better with sniper at lunch. I started going off with the sniper a little bit. I might pick those up and stop disregarding them. Shotguns still suck, right? Are we still on team no shotgun?
No shotgun.
You guys visually saw me get destroyed with a shotgun as I did 2 bullets and then they gunned me down with regular guns. Got Scarface.
You went down in a blaze of glory. I was out of town over the past week, so I kind of loaded up the Steam Deck and took some stuff on the go. That provided some interesting experiences. I rolled credits on Wolfenstein New Order. That is legit one of the best first-person shooter campaigns I have ever played. That story really was excellent, and every decision, like, there's a major decision you make in the beginning. Has everybody played? I know Cesar's played it. Brant, did you play all the way through this one?
I actually don't think
Put this on your list, Brant. Put this one on your list. The storytelling is extremely dark. The Nazis win, so essentially that's how things are going forward. And it's like you're the resistance striking back in certain ways. And as BJ Blazkowicz, you're carrying out missions for the resistance, either like getting these prototype weapons or you go to the moon at a certain point, and the campaign just never lets up.
The moon.
And I played on, the Wolfenstein and the Doom levels, like Can I Play Daddy? Don't Hurt Me, I think was the second one. That's the one I played on. No, not the pacifier. The one up from that. Friend of the show, Russell, is starting a pacifier run. He said he just wants to play the story. But early on, you make a decision to save a character or not a character. And I thought, because kind of halfway through, that comes up again. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting story beat. With the final boss, it really plays itself out in a very, very dark way. I couldn't believe where the story was going. It's a revenge tale. I don't know what, in the end, I killed the bad guy, but I think I died. I called in a nuclear strike, but at the end of the credits, because I'm playing where I was vacationing. I was taking some downtime and just chilling, and I was expecting like this crazy cutscene at the end, and the credits just started rolling. I'm like, no, what happened? And then at the very end, I hear a helicopter, like maybe BJ got out of there. But immediately, as soon as I done with vacation, I got internet access again. I see Humble Sale. Wolfenstein 2 is like $5.99 or something. I was like, yes, I got this. So I've already downloaded that. The guns are awesome. The gameplay is incredible. Lets you play stealthy if you want to, or go in guns blazing. There's rewards for doing it either way. There's Steam achievements that'll pop off for certain quiet kills and things like that. And it honestly rewards your playstyle. There's a bunch of different ways you could go at it. The final boss was excellent. A great ode to Wolfenstein 3D if you guys played that one back in the day. Don't want to lean too much into that, Brant, because I really highly recommend this one. It's awesome. I got the itch to play more Diablo after the Diablo 4 beta. I wanted to play that sort of game, so I'm like, I'm Googling everything Steam Deck, right? Diablo games for Steam Deck. There's a way to launch battle.net, and it was a whole sort of thing, and I didn't know what DRM was going to look like and that sort of stuff. So I found a game called Titan Quest. Have y'all heard of this one? Made by THQ Nordic.
Yes.
It's like a Roman... I'm not using the right empire. It's with Hermes and, like, I guess it's the Greek gods. Yeah, it's a Greek-based. It's one of those. It's very much like Diablo. It's a looter, slasher, with those type characters. And Leonidas is in it. Yeah, that is Greek, isn't it? I feel like I'm mixing up timelines somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games.
Yeah, it is. And I'm not saying this is like the de facto lore of like Norse mythology or anything. But it started to... I thought it had the progression of like, okay, you get better stuff. You could equip things. There's immediately gatekeeping. And it's not... Like, I've heard Diablo 3 is way more accessible. The Diablo 2 fans kind of complained. Y'all remember that uproar when... Well, Diablo 3 was laced with microtransactions and stuff, wasn't it, when it first came out? So I only played, like, the Switch version and the PS4 version and stuff like that. But this plays like the older one, but immediately, like, I'll get a new weapon, and it's way over... Almost like capturing a Pokemon that you're not supposed to have. It won't listen to you, and I can't equip the weapons that I have. And it levels up so slow, I can't get to the point to equip that stuff. So I'm selling gear back. I'm trying to get the strongest gear that I have. Essentially, I went through I've probably put 8 hours in this game. It's very, very good, but I'm stuck, and I'm going to have to look something up because the story was going along, and it seemed like it was pacing me the right way, and I was grinding, and I was killing everything, and I was exploring every bit of the map, looking for chests to loot and new weapons and things like that, and I'm selling back stuff I don't need. There's a boss. I can't even touch him. Like, I'm shooting arrows at him. The health doesn't even go down, and I've killed everything else on the map except this boss, and the story won't progress any further. I can't do anything until I kill this. It's like a big centaur thing. He's been menacing the Spartan camp, and I cannot kill this thing, and I've spent hours. I've tried to kite him, like, get his aggro to pull towards me, and then I'm, like, running towards the other guys in the background.
You trying to break the fucking game.
I can do it with some of the enemies. I could kite them back over, but this guy has a set radius, man. When he gets to the end of that radius, unless I'm there, then he'll probably kill me in like 5 swings. But I have no clue what I'm doing wrong I cannot kill this thing. And it's like, am I playing the game wrong? What happened here? Because I've got better gear. I could equip this gear, but I'm not, like, the levels aren't high enough. And you don't, from what I could tell, there's no grinding unless you quit the game. So I quit the game, I go back in, and it repopulates the whole area and everything around it and keeps my levels up. And I got to the point, I was like, I did that 3 times, and I still couldn't touch this dude. And I'm like, I'm just going to look this up when I get back and try to figure out what's going on with this one. But that game is good. It's got the hooks. Maybe I'm doing something wrong here. If you're in the chat and you played Titan Quest, let me know what the hell I'm doing wrong, because I can't figure it out. I'm level 6, and I can't beat the centaur guy. And the story I cannot go anywhere else until this part's complete. And the first area, like, the boss was hard. I did a little bit of grinding, but I could see the health bar coming down, and I just had to use potions. And this dude, there's no touching him. It's just like flawless victory for this guy. I fired up Oblivion on Steam Deck. I learned a valuable lesson. The Steam Deck is a beast when you are online. If you are offline, make sure there's nothing that you can do to mess up however you've set up the title, and make sure there's no DRM or anything. So I was struggling with the controls. I'm like, because I had looked up a good one to put on there, and it just wasn't intuitive. So Steam Deck, you can go into a specific game, Brant, and say, if you don't want to use like the default controls, there's community ones that have been uploaded. The developer can put stuff on there. Like there's different control schemes that you can get. So I cleared the one that was like the recommended one when I installed it at home, and it defaulted back to like a standard Steam Deck configuration, and none of the buttons worked. And I did this mid-game, so I'm in this Oblivion run, and it pulled down my Oblivion save from when I was messing around with it on PC. So all that cloud stuff had carried over, and it was local on my Steam Deck then. So I played Oblivion, and I'm moving the trackpad, I'm clicking everything on the back, on the top, I'm touching the screen, nothing works.
Damn.
So I hosed I couldn't get that community layout. I couldn't get that thing back on there because I had switched away from it. I played some Prince of Persia Sands of Time. That runs beautifully on Steam Deck. I got further than I have in any other subsequent playthroughs until I got to a puzzle. It's probably an hour and a half in. There's like this...
No. That's not right.
Yeah, I die several times. I had to slow down the default camera for the Steam controls. Like, you tap the stick and like he flies around. It's so crazy. I had to pull the mouse sensitivity like all the way down to so it would feel like, normal. It would be that hyper. And he like twists every time it's not just a camera rotation. Like, he's kind of mapped to that second stick, the way the camera moves. Mm-hmm. That combat is still super, super, super clean and so much fun to mess with. No, that's not how I remember it.
No.
Got the rewind thing to it. So I found Farah the princess, and then I got to this.
Farah. Yeah. That's all the whole game. Farah.
I got to this puzzle, and I'm to the point, like I did it with Metroid Prime in certain spots. Like, I'm looking this up. I'm not fucking with this puzzle, and this is like I have to raise and lower certain... It's like the water temple. I have to raise and lower certain levels to like pick up these beams of light and move them into these slots. I'm like, this is not fun for me. I just want to run and jump and kill some things with the sword and stab them and take the sand out of them. So I just stopped on that run, and I'm going to look and see how to beat that puzzle and get past that part. I played some Master Chief Collection. It defaults the install of Halo Reach on there, and I think it did that on Xbox, if I remember right. So you have to go into like you manage all the DLC on Steam Deck. It's really intuitive, and you can just select what you want to download. So I had the first Halo. I had Combat Evolved on there, and I've gotten all the way through. I'm to the Truth and Reconciliation. So what is that? The third mission. You've got Pillar of Autumn, and then Halo. The first time you're on the Halo, and then Truth and Reconciliation. And I saw when I got back that it got an update. So I think it plays... It's not Steam Deck verified, but it's playable now. So I think I can go in there and add the patch that I had deleted that was like the anti-cheat that would make it not play. I'm trying to look at my...
Anti-cheat for life!
Try to look at my library real quick and see if there's anything else I dabbled with. It was a great device to take on the go. Jedi Fallen Order. Remember I was playing that?
You beat it?
No. I tried to show that to Russell, and it crashed. And we were at a restaurant, so I was like, well, that's a great demo for Steam Deck, because it looks awesome on that thing. It's like, there's no way this thing can play this game. And I was like, man, it's probably some DRM thing. I'll look at it when I get back home. I have yet to be able to get it to launch since. And I played an hour of it, and it won't launch.
Dang.
And... It seems like that's one of the things they show off on the Steam Deck videos and on the website and stuff, but it seems to bounce between playable and completely unplayable. And without internet, like, I can't troubleshoot it. I can't try to run it under different proton packs or anything like that. I put probably 3 or 4 hours into Castlevania Circle of the Moon on the Castlevania Advance Collection. That is a good fucking game. And awesome portable. So much fun. It has the right balance of challenge and exploration. It's a Metroidvania, action platformer, search, what do they call them? Action search adventures. Because my health will start getting low, and I'm like, I gotta find a save space, and then I'll find one. I was like, yes, now I can continue. And there's been a couple times where I'm just branching out the map. This one seems to have a lot of verticality that I don't remember from like Symphony of the Night and stuff. Like, Symphony of the Night had the clock tower, and then that section on... What is that section on the right side that you go up? There's like a drawbridge and all that. It seemed to have 2 of those. It seems like every area in Circle of the Moon has you going up one side and then jumping over and going down, or vice versa, to find new stuff. But, man, it's good. I'm through the second boss. I've got the dash boots, which let you run and kind of jump further. And then the next upgrade was the double jump, which is always great in one of these type games, you know, because you immediately see sections you can't jump to. It's like, I got to come back here when I can double jump. Which is the
mark it in your video game diary.
Yep, set it off to the side. Come back here when double jump.
Double jump.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I remember that place. I'm going back here.
Yeah, Metroid Prime had a lot of those moments. And then there's like a dash thing in this one. He like charges forwards and it lets you go through gray blocks, like gray stone blocks. So I've gotten that upgrade. And that opened up. I should have written down a bunch of those because I ran into a shit ton of those. So I think that map's going to open up. That music's really good. They knocked it out of the park on that first portable Castlevania. I know the other two ones are more highly revered, but this is a great, especially for a launch title for that platform. Cesar, was this one of the ones you got at launch with your mass Game Boy Advance selection on launch? I know you got Konami Kart Racers.
I think I got like everything but like was it Sia? Lady Sia or something like that?
That was a good game. I remember Lady Sia.
I fucked up and didn't get Lady Sia for whatever reason, but I got everything else.
Yeah. That was a strong launch lineup.
Nothing against Lady Sia. I just later on was like, fuck.
Yeah,
it's actually pretty.
It wasn't advertised or anything. I think that's it. Also when I bought Wolfenstein 2, I also got Skyrim Special Edition, so I played a little bit of that.
Yeah,
I played a little bit of that today. You kind of have to futz with that one a little bit to get it running right. Out of the box, it's like 20 frames per second. It's kind of chugging a little bit. You got to knock things down to medium, and that gets you a solid like 55 plus. So you're getting this as far as like the Switch version. The Switch version is a great port, but it's like kind of in between the special edition and the original vanilla one. So this is like the true special edition with the God rays and the volumetric lighting and that sort of stuff. And it's an excuse to put Skyrim on another thing, right? And I'm still an elf archer, so nothing changes as far as that goes. But I don't have a bow yet. I'm still in the beginning part where you're trying to escape the keep from, was it Anduin?
I want you to relive the moment where the deer runs in the water.
Dude, I still have that clip somewhere. I think we were talking over that too. I think that... What were we doing? We were checking out the special edition?
I think you just fired it up. I think it just came out and you got in the mood to play it and that fucking deer was in the water. You're like, what the fuck's happening here? How's this even possible?
They came out with a patch for PS4 Pro. They came out with a Pro and a 1X patch, and I had the PS4 version, and we were checking it out. I don't know if Brent's ever seen that clip. I'm swimming through the water, and just this deer's just like hauling ass through the water in front of me, like running up the bank and shit. That was great. I want to say my kids were playing something. Oh, Mega Man. I downloaded Mega Man Legacy Collection on Steam Deck, the Digital Eclipse joint that adds Mega Man 1 through 6, the NES ones. It's a great collection on Steam Deck too. And my youngest child is like a Mega Man beast somehow, and he's actually quite good at the platforming and stuff. So they were playing Mega Man 2. We were playing Bubble Man. Never quite got there or beat him, but adventures were had with Mega Man 2. I like that they don't have we grew up with gaming, so those are just games for us, but they have access. They're lucky enough to have access to all sorts of stuff, so nothing to them is like, this is an old game. But I'll tell them this came out when Dad was like a baby, basically, for that game. But
damn.
Yeah, there you go.
Dramatic.
Or before Brant was born. Before you were born.
That's a better
much better. But to them it's another type game, so they
young baby
don't look at it as anything. Yo, baby Brant playing Mega Man.
Look at him and his 1-year-old self playing Mega Man. Mega Man X.
Sweet baby Brant in the manger playing Mega Man X. You moved it ahead a little bit.
Yeah, in 1992, man, Brant was 1 year old.
Close, I think. That's it. That's it for my Mega Man tales and all my games played on the Steam Deck. Steam Deck's a hell of a machine. It's freaking awesome. And I still haven't done anything with the emulators yet, so that'll be an upcoming exploration.
All right. Well, for me, I think I haven't played that much at all.
Yeah.
So
We have ebbs
It's
and
that
flows.
time of the year.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year. I think I played a little bit of Resident Evil 4. Rear. I played some more Rear.
I saw there was a rear update today. Today or yesterday, maybe?
I don't remember which update I have for the Rear, but I'm pretty sure it's been downloaded. But
it updated in the background.
Yeah, updated the Rear. But I think this one, so far, I haven't really progressed in the story. I got the church key, and I got to go get the baby eagle, condor, what the fuck they call it.
Condor.
So, but I've been mostly just fucking around and just getting treasure. This one is a lot easier to get the treasure in the gyms. Like, it's more easily marked.
They're visible.
So, yeah. So I've been fucking around. I think I've upgraded like all the weapons I have now. Like everything's almost a max, and I own all the weapons but the fucking rocket launcher because that's like overpriced as shit. But
it's effective on that game though. God, when you get that rocket launcher, because it helps in certain areas or bosses. I think the person who designed our intro outro music, I don't know what the right term for that is, Joel, is who I beat that game with. We just passed the controller back and forth when it came out. And remember, we got that rocket launcher, man. It was clutch for certain fights. And you try not to use it, but then you're like, let's burn one and get past this thing.
After the third continue, you're like, yeah.
See, I've heard in this game too that if you get those golden chicken eggs, those are lethal.
Lethal golden chicken eggs.
Yeah, I've only did one to complete the quest. I haven't gone back to see if any more repopulated.
You got to be Veruca Salt to get to the golden chicken eggs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. So, I mean, I haven't progressed with the story yet. Like I said, now I'm going to the church. I think this week is the week that a shit ton of what they call the spring anime came out. So I've just been watching that and reading manga all week. So, cool. But that's it for me. I'll give it back to Brent here.
Take us home, Brent. Tell me how much I got left on Metroid Prime.
You're actually right there because right before you left, I can't remember where I said I had just entered the Phazon Mines.
Fuck the Phazon Mines.
So, yeah, well, I mean, switching between the weaponry back and forth is a little annoying.
The save points are so spread out down there. It's like constant dread.
Yeah, but
Metroid Dread.
But it's honestly, it's not that bad. And then once I started going through the Phazon Mines, everything just started clicking. And I was getting, I got the flamethrower and this, and I started, I got the power bombs. And then I eventually caught up to you and got the Phazon suit. And after that, of course, it directs you to go back to the oh my god, what's the name of it? The place where you go and it's just all the Chozo artifacts.
I think it's the Artifact Temple. I think is what it's called.
I'd have to look it up. I don't remember. I don't think it's called. It's like the Chozo something grounds or something like that, or the. I don't know.
we're hung up on the location.
But I was out. I at that point I'd only missed like 4 of them. So I was like, where the hell are these? So I just wound up looking up the locations of the ones I was missing.
Artifact Temple.
2 were Artifact Temple. Okay. So two of them were spread out in different areas, and then the other 2 were actually in the same place, so that made it easy. So I had to run around and get those, which kind of ate up some time. But after you do that, you take the artifacts, or you go to the Artifact Temple, stand in the center, and then you prepare. There's a good boss fight there.
I know it's headed to that. I think I need 6 of the artifacts. After that,
so you got you're halfway, because there are 12 in all, 12 artifacts in all. So yeah, just look up a thing that tells you where all the artifacts are, and you just go through it.
So that's it, huh? I'm close.
After that, you get access to the impact crater, and from there you fight the last boss. You go through several stages, and that's game.
I'm right at the end. I need to finish that thing too. I kept saying it for weeks, like I'm almost done with Metroid Prime.
So yeah, I beat that the was last weekend now.
Are you hoping for 2 and 3? We're gonna support 2 and 3 when they come out.
Yeah, right now I'm on the fence about whether I go ahead and start a 2 or 3 playthrough.
Do you have access? Well, I know you have
Um,
access to them, but do you have copies? Copies?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've got a digital of the trilogy.
That's right.
And I've got a physical GameCube 2 behind me, as well as 3 Corruption for the Wii.
I remember that being one of the first huge Wii releases. Still in that era of people not being able to get a hold of the console.
I remember loving that game on the Wii, just because, again, just looking at all the environments, and looking at looking up in the at night, the darker backgrounds, and you could just see the reflection of Samus in the helmet, and see the breath on the visor and stuff. I was like, oh my gosh,
and that control
so cool.
scheme is slick. There's a reason they went back and applied it to the first 2 on the Play Control series.
Yeah. But other than that, I think it was right before you went on vacation, I had been talking about how I had been playing on my Game Boy, and I had wanted to actually mod it.
Yeah.
So I did. I finally, all the pieces came in.
You have to show us for the video watchers, listeners, and then describe it for our audio listeners.
So you can also see this on our Instagram. So this is my modded Game Boy Color. It is. I chose a Pokemon Crystal themed shell with Suicune on it, that legendary dog, and it's got like a special back label that also has him on there, and a little thing that covers the battery compartment that also says Pokemon. If you do notice that back in there, that's a rechargeable lithium-ion battery. And we've got a glass screen that is also backlit.
That thing is hot.
Let's see.
Oh, I heard that Game Boy ding.
Yeah. You can adjust the brightness. You can actually change the color of these, how it says Game Boy Color right beneath. You can actually change the color of that to several different colors, whatever you want. So
that screen is beautiful,
and I'm enjoying the heck out of this thing. Since putting that on there, I did go back and I was playing Pokemon Crystal. I beat Whitney
with the cow Pokemon. I had to Google.
Yeah. I beat her, and I made it to the next area, and then I stopped playing. That's when I kind of focused in on Metroid Prime, and then since I finished Metroid Prime, I was picking up the Game Boy Color, and I was thinking about what game to play, and I know I had been on a Legend of Zelda kick, so I booted up Link's Awakening DX, and I kind of wanted to play it and run around, and before I knew it, I had already played 10 minutes, and then I'd gone through the first dungeon, and it had its claws into me. This is such a good game. Oh my gosh, this is such a fun game.
Perfect mechanics.
Right now I've done 3 of the temples or trial caves.
I think that's where I got to on my Game & Watch playthrough when I was messing around with it.
I did the brand new optional
color dungeon.
Color dungeon. And I'm on my way to the fourth. Is
that the Catfish's Mall?
But I believe so, because it was a fish key. It was the fish's key. So
that game's amazing.
But man, there's something special about this game. It's very different. It's got a good sense of humor about it, and it's just crazy. I mean, what other Legend of Zelda game do you have that you have a character that looks like Mario? You run into Goombas, Chain Chomps,
Kirby.
Piranha Plants,
Yoshi, the Yoshi doll in there.
yeah, Yoshi doll. There's all sorts of
That's a
references
great
and stuff,
game.
and that's beside the fact that the game just doesn't take it seriously. Like you'll ask at the beginning of the game, there's several people to talk to, NPCs, and one of them just says, "You can check your map by pressing select." What does that even mean? And
And yet it's surprisingly dark. Like that story goes places too.
yeah, yeah. I just got to the part where I had to take what's her name, Marin, around to
Walrus,
go wake up a
at
walrus.
the animal village.
And there's several things you can do with her. Like if you attack a chicken, she tells you at first that she's like, "Hey, stop ambushing the chicken," and then eventually, if you keep attacking it, she's like, "Go kill it, kill the chicken."
Really?
And
I never knew that.
Yes. Have you never done that? You can take her into the what is it? The little claw game shop.
Dun, 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 dun,
And there's a hilarious encounter in there. She's like, "Link, I gotta try this." So you go over and you pay the man, and she goes over to the crane machine and she directs the crane all the way over to the right side of the room and then all the way down and picks up the shop owner. And then he gets mad. He goes, "You're a pro. We don't allow pros in here. Get out of here." So
there's a lot of just bizarre touches to that game. Stuff that you can do if you think of it. It's like, wow, that actually worked. I was able to pull that off.
Yeah. There's a bunch of just fun stuff to this game.
And stuff
I'm
people
really
may never
loving it.
see. You have to go into the game with her, but the game is... You're going to the animal village, which is nowhere near Mabe Village, so...
Yeah.
You wouldn't normally encounter that, but there's this whole scripted sequence if you wander off and end up doing that. A Zelda trademark,
Yeah, and if you like enter a building and pick up a pot,
I can help with?
Every
she
time.
goes.
Every
There
time.
she goes again. Every show.
Now.
But there's, if you go into a building, pick up a pot and throw it, she goes, "Oh, you're a bad boy, aren't you, Link?"
Oh.
Like,
Oh,
there's
man.
all sorts of just weird,
Not here,
weird
not here.
dialogue
Over
in
there.
this freaking game.
Anything else on the Game Boy Color?
But, no, I haven't delved too much into that because I've been so taken by
It's good.
Link's Awakening that I haven't gone back to Pokemon or really tried anything else. But like you said, the screen is absolutely beautiful, and I'm hoping I get to show it to you.
Yeah, I want to see Link's
sometime this week.
Awakening on it specifically.
Yeah. Oh, it's freaking cool, man.
That's
I
awesome.
think you'll like this. I'm sure you have a couple Game Boys lying around that you could do this with. I soldered for the battery. I mean, there's 3 solder points for this, and then I had to solder like 2 wires off to the side. And then for the screen, you literally it's a plug-in screen, and there's 3 wires
Not
you gotta
bad.
solder.
Pretty easy mod.
And that's it. It was super easy.
I have to see what Game
super
Boy
easy.
Colors I have sitting around. That became... I wouldn't say it became expendable, but it became not really needed when the Game Boy Advance had that capability as well. Because I infamously bought my Game Boy Color like 6 months before the Advance came out to play those 2 Zelda Ages games. Those would be good ones to fire up too once you finish this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those were great. Those were great
Those are on
Zelda
the list.
games. Hoping they come to that Switch Online service before too awfully long.
Yeah,
We need
they
some
showed
updates.
them. So,
We need
I
some
mean, it's
updates on
possible.
the. When I saw that in the news, because I hadn't seen any news the past week, I was hoping it was going to be some Game Boy stuff. Pokemon.
They're gonna do a drip.
drip feed. At least it's not like the Wii. Remember how crazy the Wii days would be, and then the Wii U drip feed.
Yeah.
At least there's a roadmap, so you can look forward to certain things.
But yeah,
that it for
that's
you?
it for me.
All right. Anything else we want to add? We might be out of here. I'll probably go ahead and edit and post this thing. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
Adios.